up, ladies and gents? Welcome back to Respect the North. Thank you for tuning in. This is our episode number 2. I'm Natalie.
And I'm Chanelle.
How are you doing this week?
I'm good, a little bit under the weather. As you can hear, my voice is a little bit raspy.
Yeah, but it's like that sexy voice that guys like.
It is. It's the phone sex voice.
I hear you. I'm just coming off of being sick too. Like it's been.
It was you hanging out with you.
No, I feel like a lot of my coworkers are also really sick, and it's been warm and cold and windy and rainy and warm and cold, and like this is the weather in Toronto right now is crazy. But speaking of which, we are going to break the ice at the beginning of this episode and every episode so that you can get to know us a little bit better. And we're also going to cover if you can make a whole housewife. Can you reinvent yourself past the perception that society has, like your reputation, if it's really, really bad? Can you break past that? As well as, this has been really big lately, the Drake curse. Dun, dun, dun. We'll get into what that really is, but we're gonna get into superstitions that we believe in and that are funny, and that's pretty much, the gist of it all. But we're also gonna get into our final segment, which is TWIT this week in Toronto. And so that's basically anywhere cool in Toronto to eat, to go, to see, whatever's hot in the six. So, you ready to jump in?
I am. I'm
Let's
excited.
go. Jump in.
Yay. Ready to break the ice.
All right, let's do it.
With our heart of diamonds. Ooh, question 10. I'm going orange today. So, if your belly button was really a button, what would you use it for? This is funny.
Okay, so I know something that it would be useful for. I find myself pulling up my pants a lot.
Oh, damn, you stole my answer.
Because I like higher rise jeans, and I'm always pulling them up. So I would just like hook my pants onto my belly button.
Though. Now I think about it.
Well,
You know what it would be good for? The button-up shirts. To keep them tucked in your pants.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you always get the one flap out and the other flap still in.
Yeah.
And you're like, ugh.
Keep it tucked in. And it's good for the high-waisted pants.
I feel like you could have some kind of like garter belt contraption where like it hooks around your belly button and then guys can't like get in.
Yes.
Not garter belt. What's those belts?
Chastity
belt. Keep the guys out.
Yes. What if it was an actual button, like you could push it and you can get anything you wanted?
I mean, yeah, like I would want money and stuff, but like I think it would be actually very useful to skip the whole foreplay process. It could be like a car where you like push to start and you like push the button and you're like ready to go and you're like revved up.
I never thought about that.
Juices are flowing.
Natalie does not like foreplay.
No, I do.
Okay.
But it's like a good way to like, if you're like in a rush or you're having a quickie or whatever, you just go
That's
push the
true.
belly button and you're
Yeah.
set.
Now I gotta think.
What would you do?
Travel. Yeah.
But that's...
Push the button and
I want to travel too.
yeah, so it's like you can, or like what is
It's like
it
a
called?
teleporting.
Yes, that's what it was. Teleport anywhere, like boop, and then you're like somewhere else, like you're in space.
You're like in a public place and you're just like feeling up your belly button and you're like, all right, ready to go.
Yeah, you have to close your eyes when you do it though. Yeah, you have to do that or else it won't work.
I've heard there's like a fetish for guys that like to like poke their fingers in belly buttons.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like most people don't clean their belly buttons.
How
I feel like it's true. Like people have a lot of dirt in their belly buttons.
how do you clean your belly button?
You like when you bathe.
Oh, okay. Like with a loofah, but you don't like. You've never like found any.
No. But I just know I was in a relationship and his belly button wasn't clean. But
Yeah.
probably because he couldn't see his belly button.
Belly button joke. Stink. Okay, so this week we want to talk about Kim Kardashian and how she's recently came out saying how she wants to become a lawyer.
Let's talk about Kim becoming a lawyer. Is she like walking around the house talking all lawyery and stuff?
Everything's a liability. Like,
Yeah.
when we were at one of our Sunday services that Kanye does, and she's like, it was indoors. In the beginning, it was indoors, and she's like, oh my gosh, this is such a liability. Like, everything she'll mention, and she'll be like, if this person's on your property, like, she knows all these laws now.
Right.
It's so...
God, annoying.
In the state of California, you actually don't have to go to law school to become a lawyer.
I heard about
you
that.
just have to pass the bar exam. There's a few states in the U.S. like that. Yeah. And there's been a little bit of an uproar about that. But she's done a lot of work with President Trump and...
Like the reform justice thing.
Yeah,
with
like...
the CNN anchor Van Jones, I think.
Yes, that's his name.
Yeah.
And with prison reform.
Yes.
So that people who are serving really long sentences for not so violent crimes, you know, maybe they can get out a little earlier. Anyway, so she wants to become a lawyer, and I was thinking about it, and my conclusion is, you know, there's a lot of people who see her as how she started out. Mm-hmm. Obviously, she started out with a sex tape. Infamous, you know. Yeah. And there's a lot of people who never look past that to see, like, how much of a businesswoman she is, how successful she is. She's a mother.
One of those people.
Okay, explain. Tell me why you can't look past it.
Okay, it's not that I can't look past it, but I just won't entirely forget it. That's my opinion. I just feel like she just kind of brushed over that past and didn't really address the issue. And it's
But what are you supposed to say? She said, like, I was in the tape.
Did she say that?
Well,
I feel like she never addressed it.
I mean, there was one episode of Keeping Up the Kardashians where she admitted that she was high when she got married. And she makes all of her bad mistakes when she's high.
Yeah.
So she has kind of admitted a few times, like she's never like been like, oh, that's not me.
Mm-hmm. But she hasn't addressed it. That's my issue. Like, I feel she should just address it and then move on.
But what do you want her to say?
Just say, you know, I made my past mistakes. That's not who I am. I haven't heard her say anything about it, and that's always been my issue. Like,
but it's also been at this point now. It's been like
it's been
10 plus years.
Yeah,
She's owned businesses. She's now a mother of 3, soon to be 4.
Yeah.
You know, she's studying to become a lawyer. She's doing bigger things with her life, and she doesn't want to keep looking back and bringing that up because that's not who she is anymore.
Yeah, and that's the other side of me where it's just like, I don't want to judge her because, like, nobody wants to be judged by their past, you know, discretions, all that stuff like that. So indiscretions, I should say. Yeah, indiscretion.
Yeah.
So I just feel like she has great business ethics and stuff like that. I feel like she's really good with business, and her mother is, her whole entire family. But I don't know. I'm not the biggest Kim K fan or Kanye West fan anymore.
I can see your point with Kanye West. He's a little extreme. I don't know. I guess because maybe because I've watched a little bit of Keeping Up with the Kardashians over the years, I have a bit more respect for her family because they work really, really hard to, like, you know, they're running their own businesses, but then they're also filming like 24/7. Yeah. And I feel like there's a lot of work that goes into that, and they're always promoting themselves or finding new venues to, like, branch out into, you know, makeup and then perfume and then, you know, whatever else, right? But I don't know. I think have you ever, like, had a reputation that you feel doesn't represent yourself? That you wanted to, like, break out of or have people change their minds about?
Definitely, like, within my family, I'm known to be the, like, super passionate, and, like, I can get really, like, upset easily. And so, well, they can take it as me being upset when I'm, like, passionate about something. So, yeah, for sure, I definitely wanted to eliminate that perception of me, and I would hate if something happened and I showed a side of passion that they took it like that. I would be upset, to be honest, which would only further perpetuate their notion of me. So that's why I'm kind of like now I'm just like mellow.
Yeah, you're super mellow.
Yeah.
You make me more mellow. You make me seem like extreme, like on another level.
What about you? Do you have any like past stuff that you wouldn't want to?
I think a lot of people. I'm a pretty sensitive person, and I try to be vulnerable with people, but I don't want people to see me as the pushover that I was in my early 20s, like especially in relationships. A lot of the time I was taken for granted and my trust was taken for granted. And now, I don't know if this is sort of the same at all, but like, I'll call a spade when something doesn't seem right to me. And if that makes me seem argumentative or a bitch or like nagging or annoying, at least I'm not being the same person that I was 10 years ago that was like, oh, everything's sunshine and rainbows and happiness and like, okay, I'll take you for your word, everything you say. So, I don't know. That I guess that's kind of my evolution.
Yeah. Okay, well, now that you say that, I don't entirely... I think it's just because I'm not a big fan of Kim, but let's put Kim aside. Like,
yeah, there's like Paris Hilton, there's Pamela Anderson. They all started out the same way.
Exactly, and I love Pamela Anderson.
And she's an advocate for PETA.
Yeah.
So like, activist. I don't know. You see past that reputation for Pamela Anderson.
Yeah, and exactly. So that's why I'm like, put aside like what she did. That was like one thing that she did.
Even Cardi B. She started out as a stripper. Like, you know what I mean?
That's not so bad. Like a lot of girls do that.
She was tricking on the side. Okay, she's admitted to it.
Well, I think honestly, I can put aside her past a little bit. I just want her to acknowledge it. Kim, if you're watching, just acknowledge it, please.
I would say that she has, but okay, sure. Difference of opinion.
So a soccer team in Europe actually banned their entire team from taking any photos with Drake. Then Serena Williams, she lost her match a few years ago to a lower seed player. And then the Boston Bruins, they lost game 4 to
the Leafs lost.
The Leafs lost, my bad.
Yeah.
Home team lost to the Boston Bruins.
Because Drake was just at the game.
Because he was just chilling. Like a villain.
You're not allowed to come. You're not allowed. And stay out.
With the Raptors, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen right now, and I'm kind of scared. So my question to you is, do you have any superstitions, I should say?
First off, I just want to say, Drake, we do appreciate you, and we appreciate your presence in the city. But we also want to win, so especially for the Raptors. Yeah. That's my bias. But superstitions. I get really mad if I'm drinking wine and the person that I cheers doesn't look me in the eye. I feel like that's a sign of disrespect, and they also say that you'll have like bad sex if that doesn't happen. I always knock on wood, and I don't understand the logic behind that.
Yeah, we need to look that up.
That works. What else? I don't know. What do you do? Anything odd? I mean, you're from the Caribbean, right? You're from Jamaica, so like I'm sure there's some.
Yeah, my mom is Jamaican. My dad is Jamaican. So when we enter the house after a certain time, we need to walk backwards before we enter the house.
Like, wait. So you're walking up to the front door.
Yeah, and you turn around and you go in backwards. Just so that the spirits don't follow you in the house.
Okay. So what is that time? What is the time cut off?
I would say about 3 o'clock-ish.
Oh, they say that's the time of the devil, actually. So that makes sense.
I don't always abide by those rules. Sorry,
Are you
Mom.
often out until 3 a.m.?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes I am. My mom, she keeps this measuring tape wrapped around the front door. I don't know why, but I know it's a superstition.
Huh.
Or a myth. Or
I've seen
whatever.
like bags of garlic tied to the front door to like ward off spirits.
Yeah.
The evil eye.
Yes,
that's a
I
big
do have
one.
that on the
Yeah,
bracelet.
I've seen
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I do have that. Yeah, they have a little bit, like a few ones here and there. I did date someone, this Greek guy, and he actually, I don't think it has anything to do with his culture, but we were in high school, like years ago, and he would walk on only the dark tiles and not the light tiles.
That kind of reminds me of when we were kids and we would do like step on a crack, break your mother's back, and
black cats. Like we don't like black cats, but I like black cats.
Yeah,
I don't really like cats, but like I like black cats.
What about, you know what's a really common one is when buildings don't have the floor 13.
Oh,
That's like a super common one.
Is.
And even like this was a superstitious thing that I read about earlier today, where I want to say Romans, when they used to cut up corpses after they were dead, I guess for burial purposes, and what they learned about this finger, you know, the really special one, ladies, you know, this is the one, right? The left hand. There's a nerve that runs all the way to your heart, which is a little bit romantic. Like that's why the wedding band goes there.
Yeah. There's a few different ones. A lot of my mom's stuff, like, I had a dream. That typical Caribbean parent. I had a dream and it told me something was gonna happen to you, so don't go out tonight. Yeah. What did the dream say, Mom? I don't know. I just don't go. The dream said you were gonna die. Don't go.
She's just trying to make you save money.
Basically.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I don't hear that often now, but when I was younger, like, you know, early 20s, yeah. Mom
Even
definitely
like
said that.
dumb things like, you know, if you cross your eyes will get stuck that way.
Yeah, they'll stay that way, yeah. I don't know if you swallow gum, it will stay inside. Is that true? Like, it'll stay inside of your intestines?
I'm pretty sure that's a little bit scientific, where it's like hard to break down.
Okay. There's a few.
I don't know, like, you know, if you spill salt, you're supposed to throw a little over your shoulder.
Break
for
the
good
mirror.
luck. Yeah, the mirror for
I've
sure.
broken so many mirrors. Maybe that's like why, like, my love
Having
life is
trouble or something?
in the love department. I don't know.
Okay, this week for our TWIT, basically means this week in Toronto, we're talking about anything hot in the six. And I recently went to the new Stacked Market that is at Bathurst and Front Street.
Oh gosh.
And it's really neat. It's different. It's something like you've never seen. It's a little market. It's not too big. Basically, they've taken storage containers and they've turned them into little retail spaces. Oh, nice. And they're all stacked on top of each other in a little like community. And there's there's a donut shop that I went to. Oh. There's a coffee shop. There's like a yoga studio. There's a tattoo studio. Yeah. And I like the idea of using storage containers because like they already exist.
Yeah, they're reusable.
And it's better for the environment. Instead of using concrete, you can move them.
Yeah,
you know, like once the market is like if they want to get rid of the market, they just pick them up and move them, and it's done.
And it's literally pop up like.
And they're weatherproof too. So like
that's true. Yeah.
It's worth checking out. It's really cool. I liked it.
Thanks for joining us today on episode 2 of Respect the North. I hope you guys enjoyed us. Did you enjoy yourself?
I had fun. It was great.
Awesome. So we hope you like, share, subscribe, follow, all of that good stuff.
And comment.
Comment, please.
And girls, thank you so much for watching Respect the North. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more content.